Okay, today I'm mostly doing operations, fellow YouTubers, and I'm in the Napoli. I've tried some Ohio, I've tried some Shimakaze, I thought I'd try some Napoli. This is Raptor Rescue. We've got a Ranger, yes, the Tier 6 carrier Ranger to rescue. And I'm joined by a Montana, a Kurfürst, a Schlieffelen, a Prussian. That's a lot of secondary, my god. Colbert, a Napoli, of course, my good self, and a Shimakaze. Okay, so we're going to head up to the Ranger now. So there you go. We're literally supporting and protecting a little fleet of ships. So if you look top left, you can see we've got to escort the floating workshop engineer to Raptor. Those are three little ships just behind me and to my left, or just off the port stern. Little Liberty ships. So we've got to try and keep those three ships alive. And we have to destroy 3 enemy ships in a minute. But with this kind of firepower and this amount of secondary, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think the issue with this mission is keeping the Ranger alive. Bear in mind that's a Tier 6 carrier. It has been buffed a little. It has a few more hit points than a normal typical Ranger. But it's very weak to torpedoes. So it's very important to destroy all these enemy ships. Now you can see I'm on a Heisen and an Azuma right now. I'm just loading AP for the Azuma. He might be dead before I get to hit him with these. Yeah, 3 citadels. Boom, chakalaka. Yes, you saw that right. With a Napoli into the broadside of an Azuma, I got 3 citadels. So, yeah. It can happen. It can happen. The guns can perform occasionally. Okay, we got some hits on the Heisen. Nothing particularly remarkable. A couple of shatters and a pen. I probably should have stayed on the AP. I suggest you guys do, and just aim for the upper deck. So lift your gun sight up a little bit. That there's good. But as you can see, the Montana dealt with him pretty quickly. Right. We will be joined by an enemy carrier shortly that spawns along the H line. Around about H9. Sometimes he spawns at H5. It depends. The spawns do vary a little bit in this operation, so nothing is, how do I put it, guaranteed to spawn where you think it's going to. They have about 4 or 5 different spawn points. Okay, I've got a Yoshino ahead of me and an Azuma, which of course are threatening the carrier fleet. So we're going to try and put some AP into the Yoshino, and I'm going to use my smoke screen. There you go, 2 citadels, just like that. Oh, the dispersion on those shells. 2 went short, 1 went long. That is a quality of the Napoli. She does suffer from poor dispersion, and that combined with the aiming bug can be problematic. Okay, the engineer's workshop has got to the Raptor and is now performing repairs. So there'll be a break now for a little while we wait patiently. 2 more citadels there, that was nice. Okay. don't think we're going to citadel the Clausewitz. Okay, and you can see the carriers spawned at I-9. I was talking about the H-line, but actually they spawn on the I-line. So let's reassume I-9. Probably because there's ships in the area. The action's coming thick and fast at the moment, so I'm going to peel off and head towards the carrier. See if we can do something about the Harakuru. If we destroy the Harakuru, that's part of our objectives. He's one of the carriers we need to destroy. There are 2 carriers in this match. The Harakuru Hayato and the Tatsu. Probably should focus the destroyer first. Got a curve first, going straight at him.
This is engineer. All stations. I have equipment for light repairs of ships. Stay close.
Yeah, our curve first just got taken down by the carrier. Gonna leave those there. Switch to AP, because he's starting to show some broadside. Torps look good. Huh. See if we can get some citadels. Yep, 5 citadels. And yeah, I think we've neutralized the carrier. It looks like those torps are going to hit. Or not, actually. Oh well. No matter. I was convinced those were going to hit. But he's down. Schlieflin took him. I think my last barrage would have done the trick. My last barrage of AP would have taken him out, but the Schlieflin did, so I didn't have to. Now I'm going to go and rejoin the fleet. But there's really not much more here to do. If the Kitakaze pushes through, we'll deal with him. And the same goes for the Azuma. Okay. 12 citadels so far. In a Napoli, right? In a Napoli. Who knew? Kitakaze is incredibly low. I think the Frusen's going to take him out. Yeah. We do have a lot of secondary power in this fleet, so... Didn't really need to use smoke there. Okay, he's dealt with. Prussian got him. Although I think my fire would have finished the job, so we're moving on to find fresh targets. There's the other carrier who's spawned up at C1. Okay. And the Tatsu's just been taken out by the Colbert. So the Harakuru Hatsu is gone. Our Azuma showing broadside. Oh yeah, Azuma showing broadside there. And we got a citadel and a sink. Destructo. And yet another boat showing broadside, the Yoshino. 2 citadels on here. So where are we at with those? Up to 15 citadels. When you're hot, you're hot. Another 2 citadels. And taken out by Shimakaze torpedo. Alright, now you can see the Ranger is moving along a track. He's heading towards a little anchor at A1. See the anchor in the diamond at A1? That's his eventual escape. And you can see, if you need healing, if you've been shot up a bit, one of the supply ships acts as a healing platform, probably the engineer ship. And that allows you to heal your battleship. See the green circle to my right? If you get inside that green circle, you will be healed. I think I'm pretty okay, actually. I've got a couple of heals left, and I've still got most of my hit points. So I'm going to ignore it for now and continue to guard this flank. We have arrivals at E1. I've got a Yamato and an Amagi. I should be able to clear this island before I engage, which would be good, because I may have to back off somewhat. I'm very aware of the Yamato's guns being 4.57s, and I don't like the idea of getting overmatched, so we're just going to slide on over, present some angle. And I put the torps where I think he's going to be next, not on his actual position. So I've kind of ignored the advice and gone a little bit further to the right. We'll see if that bears any fruit. Torps look good. Seem to be targeting the Amagi. Great. There we go. There we go. Now targeting the ship I was shooting at, for God's sake. Okay, so he hit him with a couple of torps. Great. Good, good, good. And I've reacquainted myself with the target selector. Alright. Getting some good hits in. Looks like the Shima's got him. Yep. Pretty fine set of torps from the Shima. Lay some more torps for this guy. But I don't think the Amagi's going to survive. He's being chewed up by a Schlieflin as we speak. I think the Schlieflin has him. And I'm joining in with my own secondary fire, so between us, we're shredding him. Have a go at the Shimanto, but I've got a feeling he's going to die before those before the shells landed. The Schlieflin took him down. Okay. Yeah, I'm in big company here. You will find a lot of secondary battleships in this game mode in operations. And unfortunately, if you're a cruiser player, you're going to find that they'll be stealing most of your damage, unfortunately. They are very successful in operations. And any bot battle, for that matter, any battle against bots, any co-op game you can think of, the Schlieflin is pretty much king. Prussian's fun. Ohio is a lot of fun, but the Schlieflin comes out on top as a rule. Not always, but mostly. She is a little softer than the Ohio and the Prussian. So, yeah, sometimes people get it wrong and get melted before they get to be as effective as they'd like. But the Schlieflin is probably the best battleship for this game mode. That and the Hanover, maybe. I'm not sure what the Hanover's like. If any of you've got a Hanover and have tried these new operations, let me know what you think. My suspicion is that the Hanover will be even more ridiculous than the Schlieflin, right? It's a super Schlief, so that's kind of to be expected, right? Okay. Gonna switch to HE and start hitting the Clausewitz with my Prussian friend. Okay, and we have already casually sailed past the 300,000 damage mark. In what has been a pretty chill and relaxed operation, actually. I quite like this one. And the reason it's been so chill and relaxed is because I've been surrounded by battleships with lots and lots of secondaries, which has made my life a lot easier as a cruiser. Also, as you probably know, the Napoli does have a pretty strong armor profile and is ideal for these sort of operations. If you need the cruiser ribbons for the dockyard mission, then, and you have a Napoli in your port, I would strongly recommend taking the Napoli on a few operations. You'll be surprised how fast you're going to get those dockyard slots filled for the cruiser challenge, which is exactly what I'm doing here. Of course, all the ribbons you get from these missions are halved. Wargaming in their infinite wisdom decided operations, it was too easy to grind the dockyard ships using operations, so they halve the amount of ribbons you get. That said, look at how many ribbons I've got, and you'll realize that basically you're probably going to get more ribbons out of this game mode than in a typical random match, especially the way the meta is at the moment. Random games just don't last long enough these days for you to generate the ribbons. With that said, it looks like we got the Raptor home, and we've completed the mission. GG. And we only lost 2 ships, the Kurfürst and the Colbert. And it looks like we saved all the transport ships, which is great. And that, in a nutshell, is Raptor Rescue. Okay, so stay tuned. We're going to do another one after this. I'm going to showcase the Ultimate Frontier next. We destroyed the carrier, we destroyed 3 ships, we outrun the Raptor, we basically achieved all 5 of our mission objectives and picked up a couple of badges along the way. Okay, how do we do on the team score? Not bad, 1,561 XP. Colbert did well, very well. 19,400. Yeah, okay, 3,000, 48,000, 33,000, 33,000. Good grief, we did hit a lot of ships with our secondaries, didn't we? 328,000 total, 182,000 from the main, 112,000 from the secondaries, and 9,961 fires. 112,000 secondary damage, my god. Okay, this is cool. That's the credits got with the 160% flag. Okay, right. Sea Star, complete the operation and all secondary missions and survive the battle and deal damage amount to at least 100% of your ship's hit points. Cause damage to at least half the enemy fleet with assistance. Okay, let's do another one. Hello fellow YouTubers, this time I'm on the Ultimate Frontier. This time I'm in the Napoli, and the previous video you probably saw me do this mission in the Ohio, and I spawned with the other battleships up at C5. This time I've spawned at H10 with another Napoli and a Kitakaze. Yeah, also with a Schultz. See how it pans out from this side of the map.
This is the base commander. We expect the arrival of transport and attack squadrons. Strike aircraft will ensure support during the embarkation and evacuation on transport aircraft. Warship commanders, clear the most direct route for the aircraft in the specified sectors.
Okay, the main trick with this mission is to keep those aircraft sectors clear of enemy shipping so that they can't shoot our planes down. And those sectors are F10, D10, and A10. You watch those areas, you can see there's a diamond with a plane in the center of it, in each one of those. And some destroyers spawn just above us, just here. There's a kid, and there's usually a gearing. See if a gearing's there too. Okay, and then after that, it's a case of ensuring that 45 planes, aircraft reinforcements arrive at the airbase, which is at A5. And that we maintain at least 3 out of the 4 forts on that island chain. And the forts are those little squares. You can see one at C5, another one at B5, and another one at A6. You get the idea. Those little squares, there's 4 of them. Up where the Yabuki is, north of my position right now. Okay, we're going to keep putting fire down on the kid. We've got some battleships tracking across, coming down the G line along with the Des Moines, so we're going to have to be aware of those and hopefully not get prioritized. But my priority target tells me they're not shooting at me. They're being engaged right now by our 2 Schliefflins, which are keeping them busy, which means we're free to farm. I'm trying to get this gearing out of the way, but I think we're going to have to worry about him later. He's escaped. Pretty much. He's just gone out of secondary range. So let's focus on the Iowa. That spread of torpedoes I sent was intended targets to North Carolina for those. I missed the window for the Iowa, unfortunately. But as you can see, the Schliefflin is actually a very popular pick for this game mode. And I'm here in the Napoli because I'm doing the cruiser ribbon farm for the new Spanish dockyard cruiser. Okay, you can see Seattle is just coming in to view at D10. And we've got at least 5 minutes to deal with him before the planes arrive. So I'm not prioritizing him until we've cleared most of these battleships. But I will make sure he goes down. There's also a Cleveland in our airspace that the Ibuki and the Lion are engaging. And I suspect, yeah, the Ibuki got him. Okay, we're just going to keep pressure on the Iowa. I'm being targeted by the fleet now. I have 3 enemy ships targeting my situation. Make that 4. Great. 5. Great. Okay. I'm not too sure why the Seattle's shooting at me. I think it's because the Napoli smoked. Yeah, the Napoli on point has smoked, so the Seattle is now my problem. Okay, we really do need to deal with this Seattle. Meanwhile, the enemy fleet is targeting me. I think the Schliefflin's backed off. One of them's sitting around the repair dock at D6. So we're going to try and get this Seattle out of the equation. Okay, and there he goes. Finally got a citadel. It took long enough, right? Okay. Well, he was angled, so... But he was a light cruiser, so I pretty much was able to get reasonable damage on him. It was definitely worth it. See if we can citadel this Des Moines down. He's showing a lot of broadside. Before he turns out, he seems to be turning away. Yeah, we got him. Good, 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 good. That's 3 citadels. Whew. This is definitely one of the missions that gets the old blood pumping. There's quiet spells, plenty of quiet spells, but then when the action comes, it comes at you from all angles. Okay. Get some secondary fire down on the Ohio. Contemplating torpedoes on him, but that island's in the way. I suspect he'll be down before my torpedoes arrive, because the Napoli torpedoes are quite slow. But we'll send some anyway, just in case. And we'll continue to pressure the North Carolina that's burning nicely. I would say the Schliefflins have got him. Yep. Good. Just the Colorado then. And we've already lost both of our destroyers. And let me tell you, operations are quite tough on destroyers, especially gunboats. It's easier in a torpedo boat because you can stay dark and farm most of your damage from the torpedoes. But unfortunately, when you're in a gunboat, you're a prime target. And the bots do like to punish gunboats. They tend to focus you once your smokes run out. In fact, they even have a go at you when you're in your smoke, to a certain extent, unless an easier target comes along. So it's not easy being a gunboat. I should probably try this a mission or two in the Kleber anyway, just to see how it compares. My suspicion is that it's going to be challenging. But if you like a challenge, try gunboats in tier 10 gunboats in operations. Hell, try a tier 11 if you've got one. All I can say is it's going to be interesting. The bots generally pick on the lowest health pool ship, even though the Wargaming said they were going to remove that behavior for asymmetric battles. It doesn't appear like they've removed that behavior for operations. So if you're low health, you're going to get focused. So bear that in mind when you're playing a destroyer in this game mode, okay? Especially a gunboat. Not too hard on the torpedo boats, as I previously mentioned, but gunboats, it's a bit damn. But we like a challenge, right? Nothing wrong with trying it. It's actually a very satisfying experience. A little daunting at first. Okay, you can see this is the health base so I can top up on the 7k health I lost there. It's a good central position to farm all the objectives from. I got to escort at least 8 transport aircraft to the aerodrome and save at least 3 forts. The rest of the planes have already arrived at the aerodrome, so that's great. We don't have to worry about them anymore. And that mission is now complete. The 8 transport planes have arrived, so now it's all about protecting the base. So now we have to basically protect the 4 forts and the airbase from enemy attack, and the enemy ships will come at you from all points of the compass except the north. The north is clear, but they can come at you from the south, the east, and the west. There's also an aircraft carrier to consider. There you go. So whenever you get an opportunity to fire on the aircraft carrier, take it, because there won't be many opportunities to sink that objective. Okay, no citadels. And look at those secondaries go, my goodness. My secondaries are just out of range. The secondary range of my Napoli being 11 kilometers. Okay, we've got a citadel there. Haha. Oh, he's turning out. Those are going to go low, aren't they? Oh no, we got another citadel. Excellent. Okay, see if we can get this guy. Okay, I'm being fired on. We've got destroyers attacking the repair base. They've just spawned in at F5. I suspect they probably spawned in at G5, but we're now seeing them. They're opening fire. I have secondaries for a reason. Gonna focus the gearing. See if we can just hop around the edge of the island and deal with the Fletcher and the Sherman. Okay. Leave some torps there. Okay, I'm being focused by the Western Fleet. I've got destroyers on me, so I'm going to back off a little. Yeah, those shells are for me. So we're just going to back off. And let our secondaries continue to chew up the gearing. Meanwhile, if I take a lazy circle, I can get back into the health station should I require more health to top up. These are the things to think about. Watch your health pool. Keep an eye on it. If things are looking a bit bad, get back into that repair base. ASAP. There's the carrier we're supposed to be sinking, the Midway. We've dealt with the destroyers on the repair base. So the destroyers on the repair base are gone. And now we can focus the carrier. Got another citadel. One over 10. And there she goes. Right, finished with a citadel. And we got the carrier. So that's completed for the team. We're taking a lot of fire from the Western Fleet. The Cleveland, Maine and Annapolis are coming down on us pretty hard. So now's a really good time to smoke, but unfortunately the bots anticipated that and I'm now under radar. And this is another reason why it's hard for gunboats, because if you're a smoking gunboat, of course there is quite a bit of radar in these bot missions. Radar cruisers are a thing. And they've got 2 Annapolis on the map right now as we speak. Okay, Annapolis has been dealt with. Another Annapolis is just hoved into view. God. And I feel the need to heal. I feel a bit bad about blocking the Schlieffeln. That was not my intention at all. I'm hoping he's going to get some heals. Yeah, he's healing. Good. I nudged him out. I'm stuck between this sinking ship, this sinking Schlieffeln, and the dock. Great. Okay, we're going to fire on the main. This is where things start to get a little crazy. It's the final push. And we have to survive 2 minutes of this to win the match. And of course, save at least 3 out of the 4 forts while surviving.
Andiamo a fuoco! Hai ricevuto troppo carbone da Babbo Natale? Tutto come nuovo! Andiamo a fuoco! Hai
Okay,
ricevuto
got the
troppo
Sherman.
carbone da Babbo Natale?
Moving on to the Fletcher now. Meanwhile, we've got a Humphreys on an incoming. Yeah. He's low enough there, yep. Okay. And the Fletcher. I was going to launch torps, but there wasn't a lot of point.
Andiamo a fuoco! Hai ricevuto troppo carbone da Babbo Natale?
And again, this Fletcher's low. Let's finish him off. Yep, secondary's got him.
Abbiamo affondato un pezzo di
And then the secondary's on the Annapolis, and let's see if we can torpedo the Annapolis down. Let's switch to AP. Probably should have switched sooner. Missed out on some citadels there, but I think the torps are looking good. So there, I'll be redeemed by the torpedoes. Here we go.
Babbo Natale?
Whack. Yeah. Cool.
Tutto come nuovo!
12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we win. This game really tests what you play like under pressure. Oh my god. That was tense. That was really tense. But we got a crap ton of secondary hits in. We got a few citadels. We did some torpedoing. We sunk some ships with torpedoes. So I'm pretty happy with that. All the objectives secured. Over 1 million credits. 6 sinkings. Got the assistant medal. 8 citadels. 366 secondary battery hits. And top of the team with 2,467 research. That's astonishing. Okay. Wow. 35k on the Annapolis, 20k on the Sherman, 17k on the Midway, 16k on the Des Moines, 9k on the Humphreys, 9k on the Fletcher. What a spread of damage. 51k on the Maine, 31k on the Seattle, 26k on the Annapolis, 25k on the Iowa. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. My goodness. Wow, 382,000 damage, 162,000 from the main battery, 82,000 from the armor piercing, 41,000 from the torpedoes, 164,000 from the secondaries. My god. We hit with 366 of those bad boys, 14,000 others, which most of that was fire damage. Good grief. My name's Lungan, and this has been the Napoli in the Ultimate Frontier. Thank you all very much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We made just over 1 million credits there from the 160% flag. Okay, coming up next, I'm going to show you the build I was running there, because I'm sure you're all itching to find out exactly what I was playing. So that's coming up right now. I'll show you a quick overview of the build on the Napoli. Okay, so for equipment, I was running with, you guessed it, Auxiliary Armaments Modification 1 to keep my SAP batteries alive. Very important to keep those running, up and running. Then in slot 2, I took Engine Room Protection. You have a choice of 2, but I went with Engine Room Protection to keep the steering gears operational. And then in slot 3, I went with Secondary Battery Modification 1 to increase the range of the secondaries by 20% and reduce their dispersion, make them more accurate. Then in slot 4, I went with Propulsion Modification 1 for the extra acceleration and the ability to improve my ability to juke shells. Then slot 5, concealment systems, modification 1 for concealment purposes. And then finally, we finish with auxiliary armaments modification 2, which brings down the secondary reload time by 20%, improves the AA values and the damage from the AA explosions. It also increases the number of explosions produced by AA defense salvos when the defensive AA fire is consumed, but I don't have that, so you can ignore the last bit. It's just purely there for the secondary battery reload time improvement. That's all I care about. Okay, so this is a classic secondary build for the Napoli. You start with gun feeder so that you can switch from the AP to the HE pretty rapidly. Then you go with priority target, so you get a good indication of what's torpedoing you and what's shooting you. Okay, your next pick, your third pick, would be superintendent to improve the number of smokes you get, planes you get, fighter protection, and heals. And then my fourth pick is concealment expert, which gets your concealment down to 10.3. Very important. Talking of which, after that we go with adrenaline rush. Then we go pack-a-punch, which gives us even more secondary firing range and an extra 15% on the torpedo damage. And then after that, we go with top grade gunner, which, you guessed it, improves the reload time of your secondaries by another 10%. And then after that, doesn't matter too much. I would probably go with grease the gears to get my guns rotating a little faster, but you could also argue that consumable specialist is really useful because it reduces the uptime or the downtime of your smokes. So your smokes come off, cool down a lot quicker by, well, 7.5% quicker. Actually, it's not that much. I suppose you could take Swift Fish if you wanted to enhance the already fairly good torpedoes, because they are quite slow. If you look at the speed on those, they only do 56 knots with a detector 1.1. Okay, but I'd probably go with grease the gears. Anyway, that's my suggestion for build and equipment. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did making it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you all very much for watching. Thank you.